Good morning. There's something really interesting happening in my practice right now. And that is, I'm finding that people, more so than ever, throughout my, 30 years of practice, is that they're literally possessed. And let me just back up a little bit. When I was in acupuncture school, my amazing teacher, J.R. Worsley, the founder of 5-element acupuncture in the Western world, taught us about a block called internal dragons and external dragons, which is basically a form of possession. And the first demo that we had in the class was a classic possession, like right out of the movies. And it was very sad. It was a woman who was severely sexually abused as a little girl. And it was like demons coming out of her body, just with a few acupuncture needles placed in a very specific area. And it was just wild and crazy. But then he went on to explain that, it's less common to see that kind of possession, but more common are forms of possession when people are basically brainwashed or obsessed with a certain type of thinking that includes a great amount of fear. And so what I'm seeing right now, to jump to the present, is that people are, in many cases, really, really scared of what's happening in the world. And, it's obviously there's a reason for a reasonable amount of fear, of course. But the problem is that people are glued to whether it's mainstream media or alternative media or alternative of alternative, whatever it may be, and becoming obsessed with it, or you could say addicted to it. Sometimes watching it for hours and hours in a day, and so much of it includes a tremendous amount of fear and anxiety promoting and doomsday promoting. And even if negative things are coming, to be ingesting this, it's like eating the most toxic junk food all day long. And basically it's deranging people's minds, and they're losing themselves, completely losing their center. And when that happens, we disconnect the body, mind, and spirit, and we lose our capacity to be present, connected to a higher connection. And we basically abandon our own capacity and let an energy enter our consciousness. And it enters, and it literally acts like a possession. I'm seeing this probably 3 or 4 times a week, where I used to see this at most 3 or 4 times a year. So it's really wild and crazy. So one recommendation right now is, if you're one of those people who is glued all day or for many hours in a day to this, this type of media, and whatever so-called side that you're on, both so-called sides can be possessed. They really can. And it's literally a form of possession. We've given our power away to something completely outside of ourselves that's on a very low frequency. So that's my recommendation. And it's a real thing, because when we do the treatment for this protocol, for this issue, it's amazing. They feel connected, they feel so much better, they feel relief. It's like something leaves their body, literally. And I'm more grateful, more now than ever before, for the amazing J.R. Worsley who taught this treatment. And it's a real blessing. It's needed a lot these days. All right, have a great day.